would say take a moment and look within yourself and find what you feel are your strengths and the things that make you feel good. And those are the things to pursue in terms of leadership, not just to go out and do something because it seems like it's the right thing to do, but to go out and feed your soul. Because in the pandemic, we have to take care of ourselves, or obviously we can't take care of others.
So I always think my job is to kind of set the pace and then utilize the people who are there and utilize their gifts. You know, I don't have to do it all.
First of all, if 2020 has taught us anything, it's that we have to be flexible and we have to be forgiving of ourselves. We're all under an incredible amount of stress, and you have to be okay with changing expectations about what success is. And it's been very different this year. I would say that, in times that we're in right now, when you don't know which direction to turn, it's really an opportunity somewhat to start fresh. You don't have to do things the way that you've always done them.
Take a deep breath, and is there somebody you could talk to? Just talk to somebody, because first, you're probably not the only one feeling what you're feeling. So somebody else can validate that for you. Somebody else can give you some recommendations or some ideas, because this does affect everybody. The way you are feeling, it's not necessarily right, it's not necessarily wrong.
Ask from your staff or your peers or whoever you surround yourself with. Ask them how to adapt to certain things. Ask them for their feedback, their criticism.
I found for me, the more I get into leadership, the more I lead, the bigger my support system grows. I just need a lot of people. I need other leaders, but I also need people in my family circle. I need people like in my friend circle. And so I have these pockets of people that I can really lean on. And I always talk about a marathon mentality. And don't quit on your worst day. So, you're gonna have those moments, and it's okay.
I do a lot of listening, because there are people with divergent opinions, and I have to process all opinions as a superintendent of schools. And I have found that the old cliche of God gave us 2 ears and 1 mouth, and that ratio is true, and that I need to listen a lot more than I need to talk.
So I would just say, be careful and understand there are huge implications to every decision you make, but when you make the decision, move forward.
So I was looking down earlier because I had just got done reading a quote from Maya Angelou that I absolutely loved. And it says, "I've learned that people will forget what you said, people will forget what you did, but people will never forget how you made them feel." And so through this time where things are so hard and so tough, just remember that, one, what you have inside of you is valuable. You're you, that there's nothing else that anyone else can take away to stop that from happening. And you have such a unique part and such a unique purpose to give back to this world. And the world needs you to do that, especially now more than ever.
I think leaders have to be held accountable. I think more than anything else, though, leaders have to lead by example. It's not enough to have a leadership role that was designated by authority, but you have to prove you're a good leader by showing what a good leader does. So that's stepping up and putting in the time and energy and effort to help solve the problems that need to be solved.
I think it's important that leaders stay knowledgeable on what's the most important thing to stay healthy and keep their teams healthy, and that they're leading by example, that we are inspiring our teams to continue to do what they do well, despite some of these challenges, but just making sure they stay safe.
My advice is for other leaders, reach out to other people, contact, be purposeful about maintaining relationships. Human beings are designed for relationships. Go out of your way.
Take action, move forward, have conversations, communicate with people, and learn and adjust
even if it isn't right, even if it isn't perfect, even if you have to plaster that smile on your face because it took everything you had to get up, do it. Because people are not gonna, they're gonna forget the data, they're gonna forget the numbers, but they're never gonna forget how you made them feel. So don't give up.
And we see that out of, you know, great turmoil comes great opportunity.
Do whatever you have to do to stay in touch with people that you care about, people you love, people who maybe you don't love, but need some assistance. They need some sort of contact.
I'm just in awe of those entrepreneurs and businesses who can take, you know, a very difficult situation and look at the resources they have at hand and say, okay, what can I do with this now? Don't get stuck with what you've been doing, but look at what new things you can do. And be okay with that. Be okay with the change. And, you know, give yourself a little bit of grace.